Alright, hey everybody. So in this tutorial we are going to learn the basics of Microsoft Excel by making our own color-coded schedule. So let's get going here. So in Microsoft Excel you'll see a bunch of these little things right here, and they are what's called cells. You can put any kind of value into them by going into the formula bar right here and typing whatever you want. And eventually we will learn how to do math with these, and you can put a lot of different formulas and functions, but for our introduction here we are just going to do some basic words, and we are going to make ourselves a schedule. So these things right here are called cells. The things that go across like that are called rows. So for example, that is row 4, that is row 7, that is row 11, and the things that go down are called columns. So that is column B, that is column D, and that is column G. And when you combine the row and the column, you get the cell. So that's column D and row 4. So right here, we have cell D4. So let's take a look at what we are going to do. Now I'm going to make a schedule here. So we want to have our days going across like this, and our time going down like this. So I will write Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and I'll give you a little preview about something that we could do here. Is just go like that, and it knows, because Excel is so smart, that it knows that Friday is coming up next, so I don't even need to do that. And I'm going to have some times right here, so let's have time, oops, that's not what you want to do. Let's have 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock, 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock. Let's have a little break here, so 10 to 10:30, 10:30 to 11:30, and another, let's have 11:30 to 12:15, and let's just have 12:15 to 2. Now these are what I'm doing just for the example. Obviously yours may vary, whether it be by time or the day that you are choosing or whatever you happen to choose. My schedule will obviously not match yours. And so we have this set up right here, and already you could see, if you look down here, is that these times seem to go beyond sort of the limits of the cell. And see how that 0 is kind of poking out over there, and that 0 is kind of poking out over there. Now we don't want that. So what we could do is we could change the size of the cell. And right now you can see that the mouse cursor, it has a little white cross there, and if we were to go up to here, go over between the two cells, you'll see that little symbol right there with the two arrows and that little line. If we click, we can make it wider, or we can make it smaller. But we want to make it wider, so it is nice like that. And the same thing goes for the rows. The rows can go higher, they can go lower. It is your choice, and it fits for whatever kind of thing you're doing. So let's say that on Monday at 8 o'clock, I start off at, let's have math. And if you saw what I did before, if we click over there on math and then we go all the way into the corner, we could see that little black plus right there. And let's say that we have math every single day. I don't want to just keep on typing math and math. That's a lot of work, and I'm feeling kind of lazy. So what I'm going to do is just get that little black cross right there. I'm going to drag it all the way across, and that will go like that. It is pretty cool, and it will keep on going. You can go as long as you want, and it will go like that. Now, let's say you made a mistake. I don't have math, 16 days of the week. That would just be crazy. So I want to undo what I just did. If you go right up here, you could see this back arrow right here and this forward arrow right here. So we could undo that and it will go away. If you don't want to undo that, you could redo it and go like that, and that is undo. And if you press it down right there, this is everything you have done. So I'm not going to change that history, but you could if you wanted to. So now another way we could do this is, let's say we have reading here and we have gym right there. And this pattern continues. We also have reading, and then we also have Jim. If you take this little white thing and you highlight it, and you copy it with Command C or Control C on Windows, and then go to the next cell and Command V, that will work right there to paste it. And let's finish this day off at, on Friday, what are we going to have there? Let's have reading again, because that's really important. Okay, now sometimes when you have a schedule, you are going to be doing the same thing every day. And like, for example, here we have math every day, and we have math, 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 math. But maybe you just want to have just one cell. You can do what's called merging the cells. So let's say, for example, that we have recess every single day here at 10 to 10:30, and we want that to stand out. If I highlight all of these cells, and then I go here to merge, I could just click on merge, or I could also go down here, merge and center, merge across, merge cells, or unmerge cells. I'm going to merge and center this. And now you see that all of the lines have gone away, and I can just write recess right there. And there's one big cell. So let's continue to do this down here. Let's say I have a long name for a class. So let's say I have Computation and Linguistics. For some reason, that is a crazy course and doesn't really fit there. But I also don't want to, like, that's just too, that looks weird. I don't really like how that looks. What can I do? I'm kind of stuck. What we could do is what's called the wrap text feature over here. And if we make this a little bit higher, we press wrap text, and we wrap the text, it will go like that. And it will make so that it is kind of going all the way up and down. And I'm going to just make that a little wider so the N fits. And when we make this higher, we can also change where that text is. So this is going to be up high, that is going to be in the middle, that is going to be low. We could also change the left align, the center align, and the right align. And I kind of like that center align. I think it looks pretty good. And I'm going to make that a little bit lower. There we go. And let's have computational and linguistics every single day. And then we are going to have lunch. And we have lunch at that time every single day. And so I could just go right there. And I'm going to merge that cell, and lunch goes right there. And finally, we finish off the day with a party every day, because we are a cool school. And this one, I'm just going to drag across one of my favorite features, that little black box right there. And there we go. So this is my completed schedule. And while it may be, you can see this right here. See, I still have that end down there. We got to kind of tinker with it sometimes, but just make that a little bit wider, a little bit wider, a little bit wider, and that was a little too wide, as was that. There we go, and there we go. Okay, so I have my schedule right here, and it is functional and does what I want. However, it is pretty boring, and I want to kind of liven it up a little. So what I'm going to do is I am going to make it color-coded. I'm going to have each thing in that schedule represent a different color, or each thing in that schedule will be represented by a different color. So what I could do is if I take this white cross right here, make sure it's on the white cross, and you highlight what you want. Oops, you don't want to go down that far. And you can get that, and you could see this paint bucket right here. And if you click on that, it will turn that color. If you go across, so let's say you don't want yellow, and you could pick the different colors that you do want. So let's say I want that color blue. And I want all my maths to be the same. And that's, I don't really like any of these colors. What you could do is go to more color. And there's more than just black. You can go all the way up here to make it lighter like that. And then pick the color that you want. So let's say that. And, oops, that's really similar to the other one. I don't want that. Let's just do that. Okay, and reading Jim. Now I don't want my classes to be all that line to be the same color, so I'm going to click on reading, and then I'm going to press Command or Control on Windows, and I can go like that, and that will allow only those to be selected. I'm going to do the same for Jim. Boom. And let's see what would be a good color there. Let's go to more colors, and there are different options for how to choose those more color, or how to choose the other colors. You can do that. I'm actually really not sure what that one is. And the gray scale, you can pick it on the spectrum or just the little crayon colors if you like that. Moss looks pretty good. There we go. And let's pick recess, see what color we want for that. Go. And then I'm going to highlight all of these. And boom. A couple more. And finally, our big party day is going to be, let's have that green there. Okay. Kind of similar to reading, but reading is a party in itself, so that's all right. And so we have this color-coded schedule now, and this works pretty well. And let's say you wanted to change something about it. Let's say I don't really like this left align. I want to right align all of that. But I don't want to go through here, and oh man, this is going to be rough. I don't want to do all that. So what you could do is, with that white cross right there, is you can highlight it all and center it, and that will make all the changes that you want. You could also change the font. And let's say I want Adobe Custom Pro Bold. And it's a little big, so go back down to 11. And there we have that right there. And I'm going to make this all a little bit bigger. And you have your basic schedule there on Excel. Now let's say we wanted to make a printable version that can have a nice little title and looks really good when it is both printed and on the computer. What we could do is that we can open up Microsoft Word. So I'm going to go here, and it's in Office. So that'll probably be separate, or that'll be differently set up on your computer, I'm sure. And I'm going to choose a new one, and I'm going to go back to this. And all I'm going to do is highlight everything I have. I'm going to copy it with Control or Command C. I'm going to go back to Word, and then I'm going to paste it onto there. And now you can see that you have this set up. This controls where it is. This controls how big it is. So if you get that little arrow right there, I'm going to make that bigger. That's a little too big. Okay. You can see that's a little large, but that's fine. And finally, I'm going to give it a title up here. And I'm going to center it and have Kevin's schedule. And that's too small, it doesn't really work well, so I'm going to make this bigger. Boom. And I'm going to make it a nice little text effect. Let's have it look like that. And it's kind of ugly. Let's try that. That doesn't really work either. Let's see, what else can we have? There we go, I like that. And I'm going to make it a little bigger. Boom, there we go. And we have my color-coded schedule. And you have made your first project here in Excel. In the next tutorial, we will start to get into some of the math functions of Excel, but as a first primer, I think this one works pretty well. So thanks for watching, and go on to the next one.